Hey, I ain't doing that right now, and I just got, I just thought of doing a story time, So, I just decided to do a story time on how I got locked up in Myrtle Beach. You know what I'm saying? Bike week just passed. So I mean, let me do a Myrtle Beach story, man, so but I'm gonna take you back though. Okay, so let's go back to college. I went to college at A&T, right? So I'm dealing with this girl, white girl or whatnot. She cool, we kicking it, doing what we do. And we just talking one day, and she telling me about how this guy, put a fake check in her account for a couple thousand. She just had to split the check with him. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? We young at this time, 20 years old. I'm not thinking of the consequences. I'm not thinking of none of that. I'm just thinking about the money. You know what I'm saying? So, I end up having her get me in touch with the guy. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short story shorter, I end up meeting the guy, giving him my debit card, giving him my online banking information, which was the login and the password to the banking app or whatnot. You know what I mean? And the guy tells me that, he didn't tell me exactly what he was doing, but I later figured out what he was doing because I tried to get into the scamming game. But that's another story. But long story short, I meet up with him, give him my information, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and I think nothing of it because this, I really don't even believe it's real anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I end up getting kicked out of the apartment that I was staying in, for smoking or whatnot. I was smoking weed in the apartment, and then they end up kicking me out of the apartment, man. So, long story short, I had to move back home. You know what I'm saying? So I had to move back home, bro. And at this time, it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bad situation. And it's a Sunday. I believe this is a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would say 3 weeks later to a month later. Because I had forgot about it. Because, usually it's supposed to work instant. You know what I'm saying? How it works is they put a fake check in there, and before the bank opens up, some banks, they clear. If you put a check in the online banking, some banks will free up the cash and then approve the check when they open the next morning. So you put the fake check in there, they approve it. I mean, that they give you the cash, they put the cash that's available, you go take the cash out, and when they open at 8 or 9 a.m., they will realize that the check is fake. You know what I'm saying? They will negative your account and probably, do whatever they do. But I'm thinking that it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm checking, I'm checking, and nothing happened. So a month later, I'm just laying in the bed on a Sunday, dog, and I'm laying on the bed on a Sunday. I said, man, let me check this damn app, bro. Let me check this app. I checked the app, right? I'll never forget it. It's $5,134 in there. $5,134 and some change in there. I'm like, damn, I'm 20 years old at this time. 19, 20 years old. I never seen over 1,500 before. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, it's a Sunday. I don't got the debit card. He got the debit card. And we supposed to be splitting the money up, but it took so long for it to drop that hell, he forgot about it, I forgot about it. So, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm about to just take all the money, dog. So, that happens. It's Sunday. I end up transferring the money through Zelle to my other account, and I'm going to withdraw the money. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm 20 years old, smoking a lot of weed. So I'm just smoking weed. I'm buying guns. I'm buying chains. And after a while, I say, man, bro, I need to start making some money. You know what I'm saying? I need to start making some money. So I had the bright idea to go buy a pound of weed, which I got fucked over on a pound of weed. You know what I'm saying? Got taxed, man. The dude taxed, man. Matter of fact, it was a girl, and it was a dude and his girlfriend, and he sent his girl to sell me the weed, bro. Bought a pound. He sent his girl with the pound of weed and you know, sell to me and whatnot. So I do all that, buy the pound of weed, bro. I don't know why I did that. It was some bullshit weed. It smelled good, but it smoked bad. It was one of them packs. It smelled good as a motherfucker. Ooh, it smelled like some citrus, orange, goddamn me, all kind of shit. But when you roll it up, it smelled like a cigarette. Smell, you know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. So boom, I gotta figure out how to get this shit off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just steady taking losses, bro. Steady taking losses. I'm pulling up on motherfuckers. It looked good, but once I sell them the first little 3-5 or whatnot, they not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because it smoked like bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I decided, like, man, bro, I'm just front these ounces out, try to get my money back, and you know, make my next move, whatever that may be. Okay. So that happens, right? I end up selling the weed or whatnot. I end up selling the weed, getting rid of all the weed. And you know, I end up wanting to continue. So and mind you, like, you know, I'm not a street guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm you know, I grew up in Section 8. You know, I grew up, you know, in apartments or whatnot, but I had a good family, good mother. So I wasn't really the street, you know, I'm not a street guy, you know what I mean? So I really didn't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, I really was kind of green to the street life, and that's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. That looking back at it, trying to operate in the streets, being green, not knowing what's really, you know what I mean? That can get you killed faster than a guy that's in the streets doing all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that, you know. So I'm not really a street guy. You know, I went to college, I played sports all my life. You know what I'm saying? But I was just in a phase in my life to where I didn't know what was next, and I had some money, and the easiest, quickest thing to do was to sell weed. I smoke weed. I know a lot of people that smoke weed. Let me sell weed. You know, so that happened. So I get all the weed. I sell all that pound out, right? And I go to find more weed. And I went to school with this guy. He in prison right now. He's in prison right now and he's actually about to get out. I believe he did like 9 years, bro. And anyways, I'm gonna stop it right here and do a part 2.